Hello, lovely. Welcome to your 25-minute Hatha yoga class taught by me, Katie. Thank you for being here. Today's yoga class is dedicated to unwinding the mind. We think approximately 60,000 thoughts per day, which is a whole heck of a lot. So if you dedicate the next 25 minutes to unwinding your mind, letting go of what no longer serves you, and connect your breath to your body, your body, mind, and soul will thank you. So let's begin. We are going to start laying down on our backs in a reclined butterfly position, Supta Baddha Konasana. Drawing your soles of your feet together, your knees come out to the sides. You can start with your heels quite a bit further away from your hips, or maybe they come closer in. Even taking some tools under your knees for support if that serves you. Allow your arms to come down and lay by your sides. Relax your shoulder blades back and down your spine. Close down your eyes and begin to focus on your breath. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose as we take this time to connect to ourselves. Maybe even checking in. How are you feeling? On your next inhale, take your left hand and place it over your heart. And then take your right hand and place it on your belly. Really feeling that connection from your hands to your heart and your belly. Relax your shoulders back and down your spine. Begin to cultivate a 3-part breath. Taking a deep inhale through your nose, your belly starts to rise, then your ribs, then your chest. On the exhale, your chest falls, your ribs, then your belly. Inhale to your belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Continue this breath work at your own cycle of breath, feeling a slight pressure of your hands into your belly and your heart on the inhales. And keeping that slight pressure there as your chest and your belly falls on the exhales. On your next exhale, slowly float your arms back down to a comfortable position at your sides. And then gently use your hands to draw your knees together so that your knees are pointing up to the sky and the soles of the feet are on the mat. Press into the soles of the feet and lift your hips off the ground about an inch and shift them to the right side of the mat. Allow both knees to fall to the left. And your arms can come out like a T. Keeping your head neutral, close your eyes, or if it is safe for your neck, looking over that right shoulder, making sure to root that right shoulder down into the mat. You can use a tool under your knees if you need to do that to help root that right shoulder down. Take a few long, deep breaths here as we begin to warm up our spinal column with this gentle twist. Wringing out our internal organs and gently detoxifying our bodies. On your next exhale, slowly your knees come back to a neutral position. Inhale and press the soles of your feet into the mat. Pick your hips up off of the mat about an inch and then exhale, shift them to the left side of the mat. Drop your knees to the right. Your neck is neutral, or you might look over that left shoulder, rooting that left shoulder down into the mat. Breathe deeply here as we twist to the other side. Inhale and draw yourself back to center. Arms come down by your sides. Try and keep your eyes closed, but roll over to whatever side is calling your name and stay there in the fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow if you would like, and taking a couple long, deep breaths here. Once you're ready, press yourself up to the back of your mat, coming into a child's pose. Your sits bones come back to sit on your heels, using a tool in between your sits bones and heels if you need. Beginning to walk your arms out in front of you and your fingers spread wide. Allow your heart and your forehead to melt towards the mat. Close your eyes and breathe into that opening sensation in that upper back, shoulders, and arms. What can you let go of here that no longer serves you? Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale, begin to walk your hands to the left side of your mat, feeling that opening sensation in the right side of your body. You can even place your left hand over your right, really feeling it ground down into the mat, increasing that sensation. Close your eyes and begin to release and let go of what no longer serves you. On your next exhale, begin to walk your hands back to center, pausing there for a moment. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to the right side of the mat, feeling that opening this time in the left side of your body. Keeping your eyes closed, place the right hand over the left to increase the sensation. Breathe in that life force to the left side of your body, from your fingertips to your hips, opening up and beginning to release and relax. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, walk your hands back to center, keeping your eyes closed and pausing here for a moment. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale, begin to draw yourself up to a tabletop position. Your knees are hip-width apart, with your hips over your knees and your shoulders over your wrists. Ignite your core by gently drawing your belly button towards your spine. Slight tuck of your chin towards your chest, visualizing a beam of energy running from the root of your spine out of the crown of your head. Inhale and begin to drop your belly towards the mat. Lift your sits bones up towards the sky, open through your chest and your shoulders, and you might lift your chin. Exhale, pressing into all 10 fingers, tuck your tailbone as you begin to round through each vertebrae. Tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, belly drops, sits bones rise, chin up. Exhale, rounding through your spine, chin comes to chest. Inhale, belly falls, chin up, cow pose. Exhale, rounding through your spine, cat pose. Continue at your own cycle of breath, moving in your body uniquely, stopping in any area that is feeling juicy or needs some extra attention, and breathe it there. On your next exhale, coming back to a tabletop position. Inhale to tuck your toes. Exhale, begin to push into all 10 fingers as you lift your knees up off of the mat. Keeping your knees deeply bent to start, lift your sits bones up to the sky, creating length in your spine. Biceps parallel to ears. Inhale, you begin to walk your dog. Bring one heel to the mat as the other lifts. Exhale, switch. Option to come down into child's pose at any time. Take 2 more cycles of breath. On your next inhale, look up at your hands and begin to walk your feet towards your hands, coming into a forward fold. Deeply bending your knees if you need to allow your chest to come towards your thighs. Relax your neck. Give your head a shake yes and no. Arms hang heavy in front of you. Take a deep inhale to a halfway lift, pressing your palms into your thighs with a straight spine or pressing into your shins. Exhale, forward fold. On your next inhale, engage through your core and begin to ragdoll yourself up slowly to a standing position. Feet are hip width apart, rooted down into the mat. Tall spine, relax the shoulders, open the hands to the top of the mat. Close your eyes or choose a spot in front of you to focus your gaze. Tadasana, mountain pose. On your next inhale, draw both arms up overhead. Palms come to touch at the top. Exhale, slide your hands down through your heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, draw your arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last time, inhale. Exhale. This time, hinging at your hips, let your hands come down to the mat. Step back with your left foot and then your right, coming down to your knees for a modified plank, or tucking your toes and coming into a high plank. Inhale deeply. Exhale, begin to bend at your elbows, keeping your elbows towards your ribs, allowing your chest and your chin to come down to the mat. Untuck your toes and press the tops of them into the mat. Engage through your thighs and begin to slowly lift your heart up off of the mat, coming into cobra. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lowering yourself down to the mat and pushing back through a tabletop into a child's pose, closing your eyes and taking a moment to rest here. On your next inhale, come up through tabletop. Exhale, tuck your toes and press yourself into a downward facing dog, taking a few cycles of breath here. Inhale, draw your right foot up to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend at your knee and draw that foot between your hands, coming into a high lunge. Option to drop your back knee to the mat if you would want to feel more of a stretch, or pick up that back leg to build strength. Lift your spine up into a neutral position and place your hands on your hips first for stability. And make sure your front knee is over your ankle. Relax your shoulders back and down your spine. Option to lift your arms up overhead. Inhale, lift your heart a little bit higher. Exhale, can you bend a little bit more in through that front knee? Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale, drop your hands down through your heart center, lowering your left hand down to the mat beside your right foot, tenting your fingers or flat hand. Begin to open up your right arm to the sky, opening through your chest and your shoulders. Option to look up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale and begin to lower your right arm back to the ground. Press into all 10 fingers and allow your right foot to come back to meet the left foot in modified or high plank. Exhale, begin to slowly lower your chest and your chin down to the mat. Inhale, coming into cobra pose or upward facing dog. Exhale, press back into a downward facing dog, taking a moment to pause here. On your next inhale, draw your left leg up to the sky in your three-legged dog. On the other side, exhale, bend that knee. Draw that left foot forward in between your hands, lowering your back knee to the mat if you would like. Bending through that front leg, knee over ankle, rise up to your hands on your hips. Lengthen through your spine. You might lift your arms up to the sky. Relax the shoulder blades back and down. On each inhale, lifting your heart a little bit higher. And on each exhale, seeing if you can bend into that front leg just a little bit more. On your next exhale, if your hands were up, lower them down towards your heart center and then float that right hand down beside your left foot and begin to draw that left arm up towards the sky into a twist with an option to look up. Focus on a single point or try closing your eyes and breathe into your body. Feel those sensations here. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely and begin to float your left arm down to frame your left foot. Press into your hands and draw the left foot back to meet the right, choosing your version of a plank. Inhale. Exhale, begin to lower yourself down to the mat, coming into cobra or upward facing dog. Push yourself back into child's pose to pause here for a moment. Close down your eyes, focus on that beautiful breath of yours, taking long, deep inhales and exhales through your nose. You might even try drawing your arms down your sides to open more in the back of your heart. On your next exhale, press yourself up to a tabletop position and then finding your way onto your sits bones with your right leg extended long in front of you. Option 1 for your left foot is to draw that sole of the foot to the right calf, using a tool under your knee to help support it, and then frame your right thigh with your hands. Option 2 is to draw that left sole of your foot towards your right thigh. Inhale to engage your core, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, begin to walk your hands closer towards your toes, keeping that length in your spine. You can place your hands on your shin, or if you are feeling more open and your body allows, you can begin to reach for your toes. Inhale and exhale deeply. Over time, your muscles start to relax and lengthen. The more you practice, the more you will notice your body opening and letting go. Continue breathing long and deep here. On your next exhale, begin to slowly walk your hands back up to frame that thigh and extend your left leg long in front of you, giving your legs a shake. Keeping your left leg extended, toes point up towards the sky. Option 1 for the right sole of the foot is on your calf, or draw the right sole of the foot up to the thigh is option 2, using a tool under your knee as needed. Inhale and lengthen through your spine. Exhale, begin to walk your hands down your left leg, keeping that length in your spine. Maybe you hold your left shin, or maybe you reach for your left toes, just remembering to engage your belly button towards the spine and not losing that beautiful length there. Inhale and exhale deeply through your nose for 3 more cycles of breath. On that last exhale, begin to walk your hands up your leg and extend the right leg out to meet the left, giving your legs another shake. Making your way to the middle of your mat, plant the soles of your feet on the mat and bring your arms parallel to the mat. Begin to lower yourself onto your back, vertebrae by vertebrae. When you reach the mat, draw both knees in towards your chest, grabbing behind your knees on your hamstrings or on your shins. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Maybe you begin to gently rock side to side, giving yourself a nice low back massage. And then finding a place of stillness, lower the soles of your feet to the mat at hip-width apart, and your arms come down by your sides. Coming into bridge pose, no weight should be in the back of your scalp. Take a deep inhale through your nose and press into both feet, lifting your hips up off of the mat, allowing the weight to be in your feet and your shoulders. Exhale to stay. You can keep your arms down your sides or interlace your fingers together underneath your sits bones, pressing them into the mat to lift your hips and your heart a little bit higher. Roll the shoulder blades back and down your spine and breathe here. Exhale, begin to slowly release your fingers if they were interlaced and allow them to come down your sides, slowly lowering your hips down to the mat, pausing here. Relax. Take a deep inhale and press your feet into the mat and lift your hips up, coming into bridge pose again, interlacing your fingers if called to do so, and lifting your hips and your heart a little bit higher. Relax your glutes and pretend there is a block in between your thighs, like you're pressing it together to keep it there. Inhale. Exhale. Feeling the heart open up. Inhale to raise up a little bit higher. Exhale, start to lower your hips down to the mat, unlocking your fingers. Your arms come down by your sides. Begin to heel toe your feet to the outer edges of the mat and allow your knees to come in towards one another, releasing the low back. Close your eyes and pause here, taking a few long, deep breaths in and out through your nose. Begin to heel toe your feet back to center. And then press the soles of your feet into the mat, lifting your hips up about an inch, then shift them to the right, coming into that spinal twist like we did at the beginning. Allow the knees to fall out towards the left. Arms can come out to a T, or you can cactus your arms by bending at the elbow. Root the right shoulder down and keep the neck neutral, or look over that right shoulder to increase the twist. And this time, maybe you cross your right leg over your left. Close down your eyes and notice here the different sensations between now and when we first did our spinal twist at the beginning of class. Breathe deeply. On your next exhale, begin to slowly draw your knees back to center, pausing for a moment. And then pressing into your feet, pick your hips up off of the mat 1 inch and draw them to the left side of the mat, allowing your knees to fall to the right, twisting to the other side. Cross your left leg over your right to increase that spinal twist, and maybe you look over that left shoulder. Close your eyes down and focus on that beautiful breath of yours. On your next exhale, draw your knees back to center and get any items of comfort to come into our final pose, Shavasana. Closing down your eyes and taking long, deep breaths. A great way to focus your mind is to count your inhales and your exhales to a count of 4, or whatever number serves you and your breath. There is nothing to do, nowhere to be, but right here, right now, and reaping the amazing benefits of your yoga practice. Release and let go. Begin to draw your awareness back to your breath, creating longer and deeper inhales and exhales through your nose. Begin to bring some trickles of movement to your fingers and your toes. Begin rolling out your wrists and your ankles in one direction, and then the other direction. Take a deep inhale, point your toes, and reach your arms up over your head, taking a full body stretch. Hold the breath, stretch. Exhale, relax your arms down your sides. Draw your knees in towards your chest and rock side to side if that serves you. Then choosing a side to roll over to, pausing there with your knees towards your chest in the fetal position. You might even use your bottom arm as a pillow. Keep your eyes closed, focus on you. On your next exhale, begin to gently press yourself up into a comfortable seated position and try to keep your eyes closed. Press your palms together at your heart center. Gently bow your head towards your hands. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I really appreciate it. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. Namaste.